How did early constitutional republics balance liberty and order? Imagine a world where people wanted freedom but also needed stability. Early constitutional republics faced this challenge head-on. They created systems that let citizens have a say while keeping chaos at bay. These republics believed that government should get its power from the people, not kings or queens. But they also worried that too much democracy might lead to mob rule or disorder. So, they chose to have representatives. Citizens elected officials to make laws and run the government, filtering decisions through capable leaders. This way, the voice of the people was heard, but decisions were made by those deemed responsible and wise. To protect individual freedoms, many of these republics wrote down their rules and constitutions. These documents limited what government could do, guaranteed rights like free speech and property, and set up checks and balances among different branches. The United States Constitution, created in 1789, is a prime example. It divided power among the legislative, executive, and judicial branches to prevent any one part from becoming too powerful. It also used mechanisms like the Electoral College to moderate direct influence from voters. At the same time, these republics understood that order was essential, especially during crises. Sometimes, they passed laws that temporarily restricted certain freedoms to keep the nation safe. For example, the United States passed the Alien and Sedition Acts in the late 1790s, which limited speech critical of the government during tense times. Many early republics also set property or status requirements for voting and holding office. This was based on the idea that educated or property-owning people could better maintain stability. Over time, these restrictions gradually expanded to include more people. Different places like the Dutch Republic, the Polish, Lithuanian Commonwealth, and the Swiss Confederacy created their own ways to balance liberty and order. They used councils, legal rights, and local self-governance to keep communities stable while still being part of a larger system. In practice, balancing liberty and order meant establishing laws that applied equally to everyone, preventing arbitrary power. It involved creating institutions that allowed people to participate without risking chaos or tyranny. Dispute resolution mechanisms helped keep peace, and individual rights like free speech and property were protected, with some limits when necessary for safety. Initially, only responsible or educated people could vote or hold office, but over time, participation expanded. These early republics showed that governments could be based on laws and consent rather than tradition or force. Their efforts laid the groundwork for modern democratic systems. They proved that freedom and stability could coexist through well-designed political structures and legal safeguards, shaping the way we govern today.